Okay, so tying it all in together and summarizing it all, the most important thing is advocating for these young people. These young people have rights and they're constantly discriminated upon, and it is our job and our responsibility to advocate. We need to continue to lobby forcefully at federal, state, and local levels. We want to ensure that funding of educational and social and medial and rehabilitative services for people with disabilities continue to come on. We want to continue lobby to open churches or synagogues or social clubs, civic organisations, leisure and recreational clubs to serve people who have disabilities. Now, we need to educate people. More than anything, we need to educate people. The problem here is more than likely people are just ignorant and people are fearful of things they don't understand. And if we can take the time out to educate the people surrounding us, this can hopefully stop discrimination. Understanding and information is usually the key to stopping what's going on. And this type of education includes explaining and detailing information relating to Asperger's. If you weren't already aware, people suffering Asperger's show impairments in social interaction. The type of impairment in social interaction does vary, and these can include marked problems with non-verbal behaviours such as eye contact, facial expression, gestures, and body position, which are commonly used to regulate social interactions. It is often the case that people with Asperger's do not develop relationships with children and adults from their peer groups at school and work, and they may also feel no need to share personal experiences or achievements or enjoyment with others, and may also be unresponsive to social or emotional display by others. This type of behaviour can often give off a negative portrayal of these young people, which unfortunately isn't the case. They aren't rude and they aren't secluded. It's just how their brain works, and if we were to educate people, this could show a understanding and less of discrimination. They also have impairments in communication and they delay in development of spoken language. It is important to understand that language delay or absence is an indicator of autism, and only where a person does not try an alternative strategy to communicate actively, such as through gestures or mime. For people with autism who are able to speak, it is often the case that they do not initiate or sustain conversations. Once again, this gives the perception that they are actually rude, when in general it's not the case. They just stutter and they find it very hard in social situations, which we once again need to educate and impart upon young and other people. And also, it is also, I guess, important to understand that restricted and repetitive behaviours of Batten do consist with autistic children. In these cases, an object of interest, for example, trains and train schedules, consumes an unusually large amount of their attention. People with autism often find it difficult to be socially flexible with regard to routines and rituals. Small changes to routine may cause these people significant distress, especially if rituals are associated with this disturbance. Repetitive mannerisms such as hand flapping and finger flicking can be observed, especially when they are feeling anxious. Once again, this is type of things that we need to educate people around us, the understanding of their behaviours, so we can furthermore understand why or how they are the way they are. They can't necessarily communicate as well as your everyday person, even though they are your everyday person, but we need to understand and celebrate the fact that yes, they are different, and in turn be aware that these type of mannerisms are usually coming from a place of distress and fear or uncertainty, and that these people deserve just as much a voice as anybody else does.